Hey guys, welcome to the ToughCess podcast. Woo! Today I just wanted to speak about rebranding and how important it is to actually allow yourself to rebrand sometimes. And I spoke about this briefly on my Suma Speaks page. I was speaking about change and how important it is for us to be open to change and how we should accept it and welcome it with open arms. But I didn't really speak about rebranding that much. I didn't speak about redefining yourself. I think it's so important to allow yourself to redefine yourself and do it as many times as you want to. With the ToughCess podcast, I literally have been sitting on it for like 2 years, not even 2 years. 2 years actually. It's been 2 years. I can't believe it. I've been wanting to do it for so long and now's the time. So why not? I was just sitting down and I was going through a lot of different things. I was transitioning and I was thinking, you know what? This is the time for me to bring out the things that I enjoy doing. My brother would have told me to just go for the things that I love doing. So that's why I took this opportunity to be like, you know what, I'm going to bring up my podcast and it's going to be lit. So I can't wait for you guys to be on this journey with me. I can't wait for you guys to like just see me grow and rebrand with me, because this is a rebranding process. I am not used to just having all of this responsibility and actually committing to something, because I start things and I never see it come through. I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna do something, and then I never like see it through. But this one, I was like, I'm gonna actually invest my time, I'm gonna invest my energy, I'm gonna invest my money, and I'm just gonna make sure that it actually comes to life. So yeah, this is the ToughCess podcast and we're talking about rebranding, and we're talking about her rebranding journey. For me, it started when I started wearing the hijab. That was my rebranding journey, the starting of it. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I was scared. And if you guys haven't seen my hijab story, go and watch it. But that was the beginning of my rebranding process, not knowing that I would be rebranding again. And that's the thing, guys. You don't see it coming. It's just there's a moment that comes and you feel like, you know what, this is the time for me to redefine myself. This is the time for me to find myself again. And after I sadly lost my brother, I had to go through that process all over again. I had to find myself again. I had to figure out who Suma was, because it was difficult. It was a difficult time for me, which I'll get into, because I really want to teach you guys how I actually got through that stage of my life, because it was a difficult stage I was going through, which I'm still going through. So I had to redefine myself. I had to refine myself. I had to rebrand myself again. And it just took some space. It took me being willing to like adapt and to come out of my comfort zone and to just go for the things that I actually enjoy doing. So yeah, that is my little intro. As you guys can see, so difficult when you're doing a visual podcast, but this is the whole point of ToughCess. I don't want you guys to think that I'm perfect. I don't want you guys to think that I've got it all together, because I haven't. And the whole point of the podcast is for us to build better and become the greater versions of ourselves. And the only way I can do that is by being real with you guys and allowing you to see my growth, my journey, so you guys can all learn from it and also develop yourselves, because success would be boring if it's just you up there. You want everyone else to be with you, as a Senegambian, I want my people to feel connected to me. I want them to see like me doing my thing and actually be proud to have me in their community as well. And I also want my hijabis, my fellow Muslim women, my fellow Black women, and people from all around the world to connect with me and relate to me. So yeah, this is just me being me, and this is my ToughCess. Maybe one day someone will interview me. But today we're going to get into the interview with Aminah K about her rebranding journey. And yeah, stay connected. So So, my girl, this is Aminah, guys.
Hi, everybody.
My sister girl. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So she came to see me for the weekend, and we really jayed the way we wanted to jay, to be honest.
Yes, we did. It was great.
Yes, we had a good time. So, I wanted to bring you onto the podcast because it's always vibes with you, to be honest.
Oh, thank you so much for having me here. Aww. And I'm really, really proud of you for launching your podcast. May Allah bless you and may He bring success through this ToughCess.
Amen. Oh, y'all heard that now. We love a little prayer at the beginning. I'm so happy to have you here. Like, I just love having my friends on the podcast because I just vibe with them. Normally I'm like so shy, but it's like, no, literally just act like the cameras are not even there. So act like we're just having a conversation.
Y'all ain't here right now.
Yeah, they ain't here right now.
Okay, because I am a little bit shy, guys.
Yeah, she's a bit shy, but
I'm
literally
Suma,
the same.
So
I know, I love you too.
I'm doing this for her.
Should we talk about how we actually met? Like,
yeah, this actually is kind of linked to the episode, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
No, not kind of. It is.
It is. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like,
do you want to go first?
You know what? You
tell. Okay, I'll tell my version.
Okay.
So, we was at a networking event with the Black Muslim girl. Yeah. Shout out to Adija. Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
So we were there, and I went to the bathroom, and my sister came, and she said, "This girl's looking for you," and she was saying, "Aminah K, Aminah K," and I was like, who? And then I met this little pretty face.
little insane.
Yeah, this gorgeous girl, and we just kicked it off from there, really.
No, literally.
But that's my version.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so crazy. You know what? Like, yeah, because I think I seen your brand before I actually met you. Because I've been wanting to like go into branding, like creating my own brand and whatnot. So I was thinking, oh my god, this girl has a brand. I want to meet her and speak to her and stuff like that. And I was hosting that event, and I knew you'd be there. So I was like trying to look for you. I was like, oh, where's Aminah K? Aminah K, and her name is so
guys.
lit.
Aminah K is my handle, by the way.
Aminah K. You can follow her on Instagram. She is the Minister of Soft Life.
No, I'm trying, guys. It's a ToughCess, okay?
It's a ToughCess, honestly. So, so I seen you. Oh my god, you look so gorgeous that day.
Oh.
I was like, oof, okay, she's pretty now. So I came up to you, and then we were like, we took snaps that day.
Oh, we took loads of snaps.
Yeah,
I still have those.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, same. I've still got them. Like, when you just meet people and you gel with them like straight away. That's literally
no, I agree. Like. But you know what? I always meet people. I'm such a social person anyway, so I always think if I don't click with somebody, it's the other person. It's
period.
Because I try to create the atmosphere that you can be comfortable, or like, it's a safe space.
Yeah.
So that we clicked, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Honestly, it's so crazy because was that the only time I met you?
That was the first time.
When was the second time?
Girl, this is the second. Shut up.
Are you kidding me?
That was an online
long distance relationship. How crazy is that?
Since when was that? Is that 2019?
I was in uni then, so 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
crazy.
god. Yeah, that was the first time we met, and this is the second time we met. And the second time we met,
that is insane.
You're at my yard for the weekend.
Imagine that.
I love that.
Imagine that. Just come and hijack your space.
Honestly. I love it. I loved having her, honestly. Like, so we met, and then we always like spoke and everything and kept connected.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Big up me, because I'm terrible at that.
Really? Them ones. I feel you. Honestly, it's them ones. So I just wanted to like bring you on here to talk about your journey with like your brands and whatever. This girl is hardworking, guys. Like, very hardworking. She, like I said, Minister of Soft Life. She had a brand called Inside Out Store UK.
Yes, I did.
And it was doing amazing. It was like
my baby.
Literally your babes. Tell us about that. Tell us about
Inside Out Store. Shall I start from the beginning?
Yeah, tell us about the beginning.
Cool. So in my community, we do this.
What's the community?
Like, just like,
what's the community?
Me and my aunties just
Where you from?
aunties.
Where's you from? Where's you from?
Oh yeah, guys. So in the Kenyan community, but I'm pretty sure just every kind of, I think every African does this. So you know how you have aunties and there's like a group, and then it's kind of like a saving method, and so you'll send like, say you agree on an amount like £50 a month. Yeah, we call it kuchanga. So yeah, so that's basically so then I was part of that with my aunties, and I think it was £30 a month, and that was a lot because I was only 17, and £30 a month was like, something. It was too much. I think I was 16. Yeah, so it was a lot. Yeah, back in the day, anyways. So when the round finally came to me, there was 10 of us, so I had £300.
Okay.
And I was just like, what am I gonna do with all this money? And guys, £300 back in the day, you could do a lot.
Yeah.
You could do so much with it. And so I sat down with my mum, and you know, like, part of me just wanted to go to River Island because River Island was that girl back in the day. Like, if you shopped at River Island, you was that girl.
Period.
So I just wanted to go to River Island and just splurge. But I've just never been the type of girl to spend money on myself like that. So then I just sat down, came up with a plan. My mum was like, why don't you start a business? And I was like, oh, I need to think about it. Do you know what? I didn't even have time. The same night, I created a website.
No way.
I didn't even know I could do a website, but I did.
Oh my God, that is so good.
I didn't even know I could do it. I was just playing around, and I did that, and then looked around for some suppliers. Originally, I wanted to start like T-shirts and stuff, but I was like, you know what? It's not a bit of me. I want something. Part of my brand is things that I can wear, things that define me, things that if I'm promoting it, I'm wearing it. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to sell things that, well, personally. So that was that. And yeah, I got around to looking for suppliers, and I found some, and you know what? I started doing accessories. So Inside Out featured sunglasses, bags, earrings, necklaces.
The bags were the bomb.
The bags were banging.
Yeah. The bags were banging.
I do.
Wait, so you were 17 at this
I was
time?
17 when I launched Inside Out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insane, right?
That is so good.
So crazy.
Mashallah.
Thank you. So yeah, so that's how I kicked it off. It was a slow start, as every business is. Didn't really know what I was doing, and then I sold out, and I was like, oh, okay, so I have to carry on.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just stop.
No, definitely.
So yeah, so then that was it, and there was a lot of influence from like big brands, and I remember being like at the bottom, and I'm looking all the way at the top.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be at the top. I didn't want to be here. I just wanted to jump there.
Yeah.
And it was like, so a lot of my inspo was like just getting up there. I didn't even think about, you know how you like crawl before you can walk. I wasn't trying to crawl. I was trying to sprint.
Run. Don't kill me.
So that affected Inside Out a bit, because I just knew like the things that I wanted at the time. So I even started discovering like Facebook Market, like Facebook ads, and like Instagram ads. Back in the day, nobody knew about that, and I would literally manipulate that little thing. Like, I get a spare £3 and putting that on my Instagram ad.
I love that.
Like, and it's so funny because I was doing it, but I didn't even know that like it was a thing. I just thought, oh, it's just a coincidence that I've bumped into it.
Yeah.
Because side note, like I work in marketing now, so it's like all the experience I've had from the beginning, like since Facebook ads, I'm applying that now in my actual job. But it's so nuts because I was doing this thing, and it's like it felt so natural. So yeah, it was just like a hit and miss. A lot of it was hit and miss, because I think back in the day, nobody had a business.
Yeah.
So it was like just you, yourself, and the couple of people that you did know that had a business. Yeah. And I had a friend, Chelsea. Shout out to Mini Lux. She started her lash brand, and yeah, so it was just me and her at the time. That was the only person that I knew that had a business. So it was was a tight journey.
Yeah.
But, you know, getting exposure to the networking events and hosting stalls and stuff, it really helped like amplify Inside Out and just the brand on its own. It was really nice.
Oh, I love that. I love
My
that
baby.
so much. I know, that's your babes, literally. How did you find out then, like, figure out the name that you wanted and stuff? What inspired it?
Cliche. Don't judge me. I wanted women to feel beautiful inside and out, literally.
Oh,
and
that's so cute.
And it was, you know how like just a little bit of accessory can just take your outfit from like a 5 to a 10.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was literally that, like, very simple, very cliche, but it worked because you would see like when you even when I got, because I used at first I launched on Big Cartel. I don't even know if that still exists anymore.
I think it does.
Does it?
Yeah,
oh,
I think
okay.
so.
I launched on Big Cartel and then I moved on to Shopify. So that was a big jump. And obviously, imagine 17-year-old me on a direct debit, £20 a month on top of that 30. That was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was too much. But it had to be done.
Yeah, you got to invest.
I had to get the discipline, and that really helped. Like, Shopify is so good because it not only shows you like where your customers are coming from, so I could see everybody who clicked on what led you there, and
that's so good.
That really, really helped. So and it's like, oh, people actually come to my website to look for this and this, and and it makes them feel good. And you know, the best part is not even like, it's not even making the sales. It's actually like when somebody gets their product and they send you a message and they're like, oh, you know, I got this. It's so nice. Like, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was what made me want to keep going, because I made that person feel good.
Yeah.
And like just doing the impossible, because sometimes I'll get a message. I had like a little chat box on the website and somebody would say, I want to order this but I need it for tomorrow. I'll be like, oh, okay. I don't do next day delivery. I've never done it before. I don't know how it works. It's something I need to research, but I'd make that happen. Because, you know, also back in the day, next day delivery was such a, like, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it felt expensive because I don't think the price has changed. I think it's just like
time,
and just growing up and just being able to afford next day delivery. But you know, back in the day, if you pay for next day delivery, you was that girl.
You was that girl. I need it by tomorrow.
So like, it's the fact that I would make sure that this product gets to this customer, and I wouldn't even charge them next day delivery. That would come out of my pocket. It's just because I want that person to get that, and I want them to feel good. So that,
that's so nice. I love that. I love that. Because like, like your bags were lit. Like your bags were bags that people were trying to like look for. Like I remember when you brought the stall to BMBG's event, and I was like, ciao, these bags are bag. And you know what? I'm a bag girl. I love bags. I love bags. Shoes. You know. So when I seen it, I was like, this is banging. So but like, did you have any struggles with like finding like the right suppliers and like? Because you were 17. Was you work like? Did you do all of it yourself? Did anyone help
everything myself? I think just maybe the encouragement from my family. But I did everything myself. Thank you.
Because your sister was at the event as well.
She was.
Oh,
I love that. She helped me like do this, just, you know, sales and stuff. But I have a lot of friends who just helped me out here and there. So like one of my friends, so funny because we met online and she offered to be part of my marketing team at the time, and she basically did like a whole like a content plan, and I'm actually gutted that I didn't take that side seriously, because I think that could have also been like a breakthrough for Inside Out. The way she did it at the time, I just think there was so much going on. I couldn't actually focus on like, I couldn't have a department, child. Like, we wasn't making that kind of money. But she did all of that like just willingly. And she came to the events. She came to all of the events to hear her. She literally like, and it was so crazy. Like, I've just met this girl and she treated my business like my own.
Hers,
like her own, sorry. And so she would come to like she came to the very first event. She was helping me do the sales. Like, oh, you want this bag? Yeah, this is cute. It's this much. I mean, I like get the card reader, tap, pack it. Like,
Wow.
honestly. And it's people like that. Like, I had she linked me with a photographer, and he helped me do some shoots. Some of my friends would model my products because nobody had money to be hiring out models.
Yeah,
so
of
you
course.
really had to DIY. And it was just, everything was just makeshift and just get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did have a lot of support in that area where like things that I could have paid for, or, you know, I didn't have to stretch my arm for them.
Yeah.
Because everybody was so willingly like available. We'd have like content days. Imagine like back in the day when content creation wasn't even like a biggie. And now we were already doing it. So yeah, we'd have days, and I'm not gonna lie, the way I edited my videos, that was sick.
I love that. I thought you was gonna say something else. This girl's like, yeah, no, I was that bee.
I'm sorry, I have to take credit, because not only do you have to get do the shots, but you also have to make somebody click that add to cart and then also check out. Period. And it was them videos that were doing it for me, because
I love that.
I would play around with so many apps, and then again, just instead of like, I used to babysit back in the day, or I think, no, you know, I worked at a chippy.
Did you?
I did. No, I actually
How did that go?
I loved it. That's where the money was coming from.
Is it? Oh.
So
still at 17 or a little bit later?
17, 18. I shifted. I was like at the chippy, and then I worked at TGI's.
Oh, okay.
And the tips at TGI's,
they were tipping.
I don't know if you still work there. I don't know if they're doing that, but
yeah,
they were tipping. So I used to use all of that extra money to like, if I see an app, it's like $3.99 on the App Store, I'll buy it. Yeah. And then like, if I want this specific feature, I'll use it. And that's how I like created my videos, and like, yeah, everything was just DIY. I mean, it still is, but at least now there's so many things to help with like all of these things.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
I get you. Oh my gosh, I love that. So like, you know, you kind of created this brand and everything. You knew what you wanted. You kind of achieved what you wanted.
I did.
You got to the point where you was like having stores. Your page was like on how many followers?
I think it was on 800. I was almost on 1K.
Yeah,
at
1K.
one point.
Yeah, and that makes a difference when them 800 followers are actually buying.
It was nuts.
From your brand, love.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Things went from extremely slow pace, and I think maybe the last 6 months of my business, it was definitely my peak.
This is what I'm saying. This is why we gonna get into the rebrand now soon.
Yeah.
But you was at your peak, literally. How was that for you? Like, how was it like you having this idea on paper, bringing it to life and seeing it blossom like that? Because not enough people start businesses and see it through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And actually wait for the success to come out of that thing that they've, but you was consistent with it. You was doing your thing. How was that for you?
It was hard. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna do that toxic femininity. It was hard. Yeah. It was hard. But like I said, I think especially because say like you gotta, I don't know, you're planning to go out with your friends, or you have to like budget and be like, you know what, actually I can't come. I had to learn to be mature very early. Right. Not just mature just in general, but also financially like mature, where I actually had to plan, because Inside Out was the only thing that was actually generating cash for me, apart from obviously my job. But it was like, it also gave me a purpose. Yeah. So it was just I guess it was just like, how do I say it? I don't know, like just every day is something new. Every day you're faced with a challenge. Now, the only thing when I look back, I'm actually proud of how I handled everything. Because, at that age, like your friend, I think, so you know how like the summer is just so lit, everybody's always out. I had strict parents anyway, so I was never allowed out, child. So I was at home. So I was home. But yeah, so it was just that really. Repeat the question again.
Yeah, like just how was it for you? You know, like because you was hitting your peak basically, and like seeing it from like nothing turning into something. Like how was it? Like how did you feel about that? Like, you know, it hit what it needed to hit, you know, where it needed to hit basically, and it was doing bits and stuff. Like how was it for you? Like did you feel like fulfilled? Like did you feel like you actually accomplished something? Like how was it for you?
Unfortunately, this is maybe a toxic trait, you know.
Child.
I never feel like... so I have targets. I think Molly May said this in one of her interviews. You have a target and then you hit it and you're just like, okay, what's next?
What's next? Yeah.
I
You never sit in that.
Yeah. I'm working on it. But so I think that actually came from inside out, because it would literally be like that. So I'd have a target for sales and then I'd hit it and I'm like, okay, I want this now.
Yeah.
Or just, it was always the next thing. I don't actually indulge in the win and, you know, struggles and what. I'm just ready to go again. So it was different, because now it was getting out there, and like the networking events really helped.
Yeah.
I met so many lovely people who I'm still like in contact with today. And like just knowing that you're not alone as well really just did it for me, because now it's like, you know, I said this to you I think it was yesterday, where now that when you're surrounded by people who kind of do the same things as you, it's like a weight off your shoulders, like, oh, do you know what, this is actually okay. Yeah. Like this is a norm. Maybe not for everybody. Yeah. But now that I can see that it's a norm for other people, like it's all right. Yeah. Just deal with it. Because now there's this person, she's got this brand, and this person got this brand, and she's dealing with it, so you deal with it. Yeah. And all so that stuff. It did kind of help just put things into perspective. And then just. Yeah, I worked with a couple of influencers. Yeah. Obviously got scammed.
Oh my God, tell us about that, darling. Because I hear this all the time and I'm like, how dare you? Yeah. Are you all right?
Your favourite influencers scammed me, guys.
So wait, like you would, because obviously you'd reach out to influencers.
I actually had people reaching out to me.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
And you know, it's very exciting when that happens, because this person, like, they know my brand. Oh my God, they actually hit the message button. And I was very naive. So I'm just like, oh my God, this person wants this. Yeah. I'll give it to them. And then it gets there, crickets.
Wow.
But I see you posting it. Yeah. I saw you wear it. I think I still have the screenshot, but
child,
it hurt me that much.
Yeah. Do you know how annoying that is? Like, I know so many people. Well, I've seen a couple people complaining about sending their brands to influencers and them not doing anything. Do you know how? Yeah. If you is that influencer, stop it right now. Stop it right now, because that's very wicked of you.
It's very mean. I think influencers or content creators are so used to gain access, and it's not a bad thing, but it's how you use that access and like the impact that you're like going to make on this brand when you make a false promise. So I did have a few of those, and you know, back in the day it wasn't even about like your engagement rates. It was none of that. It was how many followers you had.
Oh, 100%.
I'm trying to get your followers.
Yeah,
that's it.
100%. You wouldn't look at the like to follower ratio.
No.
Or anything like that. I
just wanted to just see your followers, and if you had this amount, then I'm sending you stuff. Yeah. So sent a couple of stuff. Some went wrong, but there was two major influencers. So shout out to Mon London.
Who's that?
Monica London.
Oh,
she's pregnant.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I sent her a swimsuit, and she went to, I think she was in Lagos. Oh, well, and she went to Nigeria and she wore it. And I still have that picture of her wearing it. And she did so many shout outs, and it was so great. Oh. And then there was another lady. Aliyah Maria's best friend, Shioni.
Oh yes,
And
yes,
she got a bag from
She's
me.
beautiful
and
as
I think the
well,
post
mashallah.
is still on her profile.
Is it? Oh,
But if you scroll, you gotta scroll down, guys.
Scroll down a bit.
But it's still there, and so those people actually made such an impact, and it was like,
that's beautiful.
yeah, it was really, really nice. I just sat there. I remember so well, right, when I sent them on the swimsuit.
Yeah,
it was actually like my new summer drop.
Yeah,
and I sent it to her, and I was going on holiday like a week later, and I was like, oh my gosh, if she posts this, I'm gonna get so many orders.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do the orders, because I'm going away?
You're going away.
And I was literally sitting there like, Mom, I can't travel. I need to sit down and do my orders because they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. It's
she
true.
was like, you have to go.
Aww.
So shout out to my sister. She actually packed all my orders for me while I was away. I had to do a couple of FaceTimes, like, get the receipt like this.
Yes, make sure the packaging
Make sure the stickers like this.
I love that.
Love you, Sabs. But yeah, so it was just that, really. So I think with that, there was a lot of help, and you know, you learn from these things, because say for example the people that I did send things to, and they didn't
do their part.
Yeah, or some people that I did post, and I didn't get the response that I was hoping for. Like, you know, that I didn't hit the target. I'd know, okay, so maybe you shouldn't just look at followers, and then that's when I'd be like, okay, so you have 6,000 followers, but you have 50 likes. Something's not adding up. Yeah. So it was a bit of that. Like, having a business, guys, it's literally trial and error. Even the people that know everything, even the businesses that have been in business for years, like they're all trialing and erroring. Everybody is just winging it.
This is the thing.
Within budget, obviously, but
this
winging
is the
it.
thing, yeah.
You just have to try. And I think now the reason why, from going to Inside Out to rebranding,
we're gonna get to that part. So Aminah had this amazing brand called Inside Out Store UK, and as you can hear, like, she did so many amazing things with it. Like, she literally seen it come to fruition. It was doing well. It was at its peak. Then she just, next minute, I go on Inside Out Store UK. I want to buy a small cute bag, you know, because I love my bags, and I'm just seeing no posts. I said, what's going on?
I did do a flash sale.
Girl.
In fact, that bag that
You actually did.
That bag I gave you,
Yeah,
was actually an Inside Out bag.
No way. It bangs. Anyway, we will talk after this. But yeah, like, it was hitting its peak. It was doing so well, and you literally removed everything from the Instagram.
Yeah.
And all I can see is rebranding. I'm like, Aminah, what's happened to Inside Out Store UK? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm starting again. So let's get into it, because that's the main topic of today's episode, rebranding.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so lights, camera, action. We have Inside Out. Boom, cut. Lights, camera, action again, and we have Kigwele.
Ooh, I love the way you said that. Give it to us. Give us the Kenyan vibes, love.
Yeah. So okay, the rebrand. You know what? Okay, let me just create the scenario for you guys. So, boom, 2020. We've got just life was life, and for me at the moment, I was going through a lot of things, and I needed to. Inside Out is my baby, and when just naturally, I'm the type of person who, if I'm gonna do something, I give my all. That's in absolutely everything, in friends, relationships, everything. And if I can't give my all, I'd rather not give you anything, because what's the point, right? So yeah, so I was going through a lot of things, and it was actually a really dark moment. I'd been saying, do you know what? I think I just need to just take a break. And that's what I did. I did take a break. Yeah. Because I thought, maybe it's just too much. Took a break. And I came back, and then I was doing it. And I thought, I'm not giving it my all. Like, I'm just doing it. Right now, I'm just doing it to make sales. I'm not doing it because it drives me. So I kept trying, but it wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
So then I just decided, you know what, let me just rebrand. But also because I'd actually fallen out of love with Inside Out. I'm sorry, baby.
Aww.
But I did.
What was it for you?
It was a lot of things. I think generally, like, I was actually rebranding my whole life, not just the brand. And I just think we weren't in tune anymore.
Right.
And remember, when I started Inside Out, I just started it because I had money and I didn't know what to spend it on. And then everything else I was just winging. And I hadn't had time to think about its future or where I want it to go. And I can't keep selling bags forever. And at this point, I think what my suppliers and manufacturers were offering me, it was like dupes of like designers. And I was like, I don't want to be that girl.
I remember you telling me this.
I don't want to be that girl. I just don't want to be that.
Yeah,
like,
stealing people's designs. And
if
stuff.
I was to do that, I wouldn't like it. And I know, like Gucci, then they don't care. They know this happens, but you know, like, just personally, I don't want to do that. So like, they weren't giving me much, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to find a new supplier. No, it wasn't clicking. I mean, they all do the same thing. It's literally like a strip of factories all doing the same thing. So then I remember my sister was going to China, and I was meant to go with her, but there was just so much going on, so I didn't end up going. So then that would have been the trip that either makes or breaks Inside Out, because it was what I find there that I would have been able to bring back, but it just wasn't working. So then so I just decided, you know what, let me sell all these bags and just take a break. Just take a break. And
where did you store your bags, by the way? Sorry to cut you off.
My home. So I live with my mum, and it's a 3-bedroom house, but we had a spare room. So that spare room was storage.
Right, okay.
It was my office. It was everything. It was a mess.
Them ones. I feel you.
So that's where I stored all my things. I literally did everything from home.
Wow.
Every single thing. So that's how I came across the rebrand. It was a mixture of things, and I know a lot of people were upset. A lot of people reached out, kind of asking me why, like, is everything okay? But I genuinely didn't know if everything was okay. And to be quite honest, I wasn't even sure it was a rebrand. I didn't even want to
do business
anymore. And then obviously the pandemic hit, and then my brother died, and I was like, yep, that's it. I just needed that the last straw, and that was it. And so I just took time out, and I never looked back until the passion just grew in me again.
It was for something different, which we'll get into as well. Oh my gosh. So you know what, it's crazy that you say, like, it was in the time that you was in your darkest moment that you was rebranding yourself, because sometimes, like, it's actually okay to let things go. And I feel like in your dark moments is when certain things come to fruition. You know, it's like with this podcast, like, I've been sitting on it for ages, and now it's like, because I was hitting such a bad place in my life, I was like, no, it needs to come out. You know what I mean?
No, it has to. So life has to keep going, guys.
It does.
That's the one thing that I've learned, because you just gotta carry on, because whether you stop or whether you don't do that thing, you're still gonna be in the same place. So you'd rather give it a go. At least you tried. If it doesn't work out, and if it works out, then
it is what it is. So that is, how is it letting go of that though? I mean, you said that you wasn't really in tune with it anyway, but was you worried? Was you scared? Like, did you feel like...
I was nervous. I was nervous because... Should I talk about the rebrand?
Go ahead.
Okay. I was nervous because when I thought of Kigwele...
What does that mean, by the way?
It's my grandmother's name.
Oh,
it's
beautiful.
Actually my middle name back home. That's what everyone calls me.
But I love that.
It's actually my grandmother's name.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I thought of it, I wanted, first of all, I wanted the rebrand to be very authentic.
Right.
And that starts off with the name, because it gets people curious. You know, it's very unique. So that was number one. And
Yeah.
I sat down and I thought, okay, what is the purpose this time? Like, what's the message? What are we trying to give the people? And what does it mean to me as well?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get a few years down the line and I'm switching like the vision. I don't want that. I mean, things change within time, but I want it to change naturally. Not because, oh, do you know what? I was meant to go left, but let me go right. No, not like that. So so that's what I wanted for Kigwele, and I thought about it for so long, and I kept brushing it off because part of me was scared.
Yeah.
It's scary because from going to being in the limelight,
literally,
and then now you're literally just like this little light, and you just have to try and shine in front of all the other lights that are shining right now. It's very scary. And you would think that you know, I've had Inside Out for like 3 years, and you think, you know what, this is normal. Like, it's not. It never gets normal. So yeah, like I'm still going through it, guys.
It's not launched yet, but it's launching.
Not launched yet, but it's just those nerves will never leave you because you love the product. And then also I want to say another thing, like, when you've been working on a product or products, you literally look at it every day. You live and breathe this product. You've seen it 100 times. To you, it just becomes stale. Like, you're just like, oh. So by the time you release the product, you're actually over it. But that's how you feel. And then you forget that this is everyone's first time.
It's true.
And then it's like, and then everyone's like, oh my God, I love this. Like, I can't wait. I'm ready. Like, my coins. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, what? It was all in my head. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. So it's just that, really. Just ignoring that little voice in your head. And, you know, you always just have to think that you're doing amazing unless otherwise.
Definitely. And like, you know, obviously you invested so much time into Inside Out Store. You invested money into Inside Out Store.
The money.
You know, how do you because you know, some people, they would be scared to rebrand. Even though they know some things that align with them. They're like, oh, I put the money. Oh, I put so much time, this and that. Like, it's scary starting again. But what have you felt like has benefited you from starting again?
Being honest with myself. Like, I think also the time that we're in right now, people love when a brand is transparent. Like, you know what, hey guys, you know, we're experiencing a lot of orders right now, but we'll get round to yours. You know, just that transparency. Back in the day, you would just be waiting for your order 10 days. Nothing. You know, you'll see on Instagram many times, oh, you know what, guys, there's a lot going on right now. We're going to take a break. And they take a break and then they come back when they can handle the load. So I think a lot of brands now are very transparent with their customers, and people love that. So it's so much easier to just communicate with customers, and it just makes life easier. It's just a bit of communication. And so I think now I know that, and I can implement that into Kigwele. If ever there's an issue or if there's anything that I feel like, you know what, the brand is not doing its best right now, I can communicate that, because remember, your customers love you. Like,
they're invested in you.
Right? So it's very important to make them feel part of the journey, because a lot of people just want to be part of the journey. They're supporting you. So you just got to make it easy.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I love that. Honestly, it's gonna motivate people that want to rebrand. To be okay with rebranding.
Just honestly, it's just being honest with yourself, and just look at it like this: like, whether you don't take that step or not, it's gonna haunt you more. You're not gonna be 100%.
It's true.
So if it's something you're thinking about, I always do things like this. So if it's something like maybe after, it depends what it is. For example, with like purchase decisions, if after like 4 weeks, I still want this thing, and I'm still not sure, maximum is 3 months. So if, however duration you give yourself, if this thing is still bothering you, or you know, you've tried whatever and it's not working, then maybe it's time. And just don't be scared to make a start, because all it takes is a start.
That's true. That's true. And like, you know, a lot of people rebrand when things are not going well.
Yeah.
But you rebranded when things were going well.
Going well for the business, not for myself.
Yeah, not for yourself. Fair enough. And this is the thing, like, sometimes you got to put yourself first.
Yeah.
Put your mental health first. Put what you want first, you
Yeah.
know? Because the business was doing well, yeah, sure.
It
Like,
was,
and
she
you could have
was.
just held on to it because it was doing well, but you decided to stay true to yourself,
Yeah.
which is so good. So what does Kigwele mean to you now? Like, what is the meaning behind the name? Like, I know it's your grandmother's name. I know it's your name. But, like, is there any specific meaning behind the name?
Kiguele is kind of... okay, so it's actually my mother's tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But I would basically... To make it simple, it's kind of like honesty.
Okay.
It just needs to be honest.
Amazing. See, that aligns with you. Definitely.
So that's basically... Not direct translation, but yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah.
So it's just to be honest. Because that's what I want to be with you guys, with Kigwele. And honestly, the concept is so beautiful. So for my first release, I'm releasing sea salt baskets. And basically, sea salt is a plant in Africa. You know, there's like, they look like aloe vera, but they're just like the spiky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
So that's basically what the basket's made out of, and it's by these amazing ladies in Kenya, but I'm pretty sure they probably do this everywhere in Africa, but it's from these amazing ladies in Kenya. And what Kigwele is doing is not only just like providing a income for these ladies, because they make the basket. So it's the women, they don't have jobs, you know, some of them are divorced, some of them, their husbands have passed and they don't really have a form of income. So these baskets actually really help them make the money. So already them making the baskets for Kigwele, they make the money. But what I've agreed with them is when I do make a sale, a percentage will still go back.
Oh, that's amazing.
So they're not only just making the average pay, but they're getting more. So that's why it's so beautiful and it means so much to me. Just because, you know, we're at a time where we can make a difference, and it's like, if you have the means to, why not? So that's why they mean so much to me. And apart from obviously the fact that they're so beautiful,
I
very
can't
versatile.
wait for you to launch it. Can't wait. Go on her page, guys. You did a little snippet.
I did a little teaser
For what's to come. She likes nice things, guys, so be ready.
But yeah, it's just something to just spice up your home. But there's so much more to Kigwele, but I won't
reveal too much.
Yes.
So it's like, what would you say? What type of store would you say it is? Departments? Because you said you wanted to do a department store.
The aim for Kigwele is for it to be a department store for specifically Black-owned businesses.
I'd love to see it.
So yeah, you know, I would love to have a flagship store in London.
Amazing.
But then again, Kenya's very close to my heart, so I don't know. We'll see what Allah has planned. But that is the plan. So the plan is so I wanted homeware to be my first drop. Just, you know, to just start it with a bang. You know, something different, something for the girls and the guys and, you know, everyone. So that's why I've started with homeware, but the next drop's going to be clothing.
Love that.
I won't say the rest. But you guys get the gist.
There's so much to come with it.
So just look out for a Kigwele near you.
Yes, honestly. I'm so happy for you. And girl, guys, this girl has been working on this rebrand for a year. Every day I'm like, so when is it coming out? But she, you know what I love about Aminah? Like, you take your time with things, you perfect it. She doesn't mind going over things 110 times until it's perfect. Like, you went to Kenya to do your shoot.
Yeah, that was my last shoot I did for Inside Out.
Yeah, like, this girl, she puts in the work. That's the thing, like, I don't want people to think, like, it's just easy.
It's not, no.
Because it's not.
If you're going away from this podcast thinking it's easy, Yeah,
It's a tough
gonna
cess.
get a smack in the back.
It's a tough cess.
It's a tough cess,
Yeah.
guys. You really have to get into it. Like, yeah, I'm not the most patient person, but the rebrand has taught me to be patient.
100%.
Especially because, yeah, and like, honestly, I was meant to launch in... First of all, I was meant to launch in December 2021, and then we pushed back the day to March 2022. We are now in... What are we in?
May 2022.
We're in May 2022, and this is the month that I planned to launch. But you know, now that I have the means to work with a few people, and like there's certain things that just need to be there,
place,
like in place, and like I've spent so much money on this rebrand.
When I tell you, this girl,
So
I don't know how you do it. Like, she's so hardworking, mashallah. Like, you literally, you don't. It's not like someone's investing. This is all coming out of your
I don't
own
have
pocket.
a choice.
Yeah,
I don't, and I know a lot of people don't, but I genuinely don't have a choice. I started my first job when I was like 14, babysitting. And since I got my first check, I've never, ever, my mum's never given me pocket money.
Yeah.
Because I thought, you know what, I can make this on my own, and it's actually much nicer.
It's nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you appreciate it a bit more.
So the fact that I can work with so many people that I've dreamed of working with, by the way, to make my dream come to reality, it's like, do you know what, if this is going to take a bit longer, that's okay.
So be it.
And
Yeah,
that's part
man.
of the rebrand. Like, certain things, even just having a business, certain things won't go the way you plan it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe also being a Muslim has something to deal with it, because I feel like now being more in tune with Islam, I actually think, do you know what, every obstruction, every delay, there's a reason for
Speak
it.
on it, girl.
Even when I can't see why. Because guys, I'm not a patient person, and I'll sit there and be like, why? Like, like, I'm very tempered sometimes. So I'll be very angry that things are not happening the way they should be. But I sit down after and I recap, and you know what? Maybe there's a reason why.
Yeah.
I might not know it, but I'm pretty sure there's a pretty good reason. And then when a few months or a few weeks later on, I look back and I'm like, actually, I'm glad that didn't happen, or maybe we have to wait a bit longer because now this has come up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. And it's okay to like to have them delays and wait until you're happy with it, because it's about you.
Yeah.
It's about you, and whenever it comes out, it comes out. Because this is the thing, like, it's not a race.
No, it's not. The only person that you should be racing against is yourself.
100%.
Always. It's always you versus you.
100%. You've been doing your thing. It's not like you're not working on it. You are working on it. So yeah, like there's importance in rebranding, because then you find yourself in the process.
Yeah.
There will be, because you started planning this like ages ago.
So
as you're going along, the plan keeps changing and changing and changing, but that's okay.
And it's for the better.
It's for the better.
Because now I think if I launched the time that I did launch,
you wouldn't have been happy with it.
I wouldn't have done lots of the things that I'm doing now.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's, you know, it's my rebrand, and I know some people are very curious. So it's like, I have to match those expectations. They might not be obvious that there's expectations, but I know there's people that are expecting.
Yeah.
So I have to meet them.
Yeah. No, 100%. And it's for you, because you have certain standards that you want to reach as well. So
I think working in marketing as well, I understand consumers a lot more.
Right.
For me, as a shopper, I want whatever website I go on, I want you to build that experience for me.
Yeah.
The user experience is very important.
Very important.
How easy is your website to access? What's the waiting time?
Guys, have y'all got your notebooks? Are you guys writing down the tips?
Does it lag? Your photo, is it, what's that little black dot on the back? Like,
Yeah.
why is that there? Why did you
there?
not take time to, that says a lot about your brand.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be neat. There's a lot of pressure because the modern day consumer is so hard to sell to.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody and their standards and their egos.
Yeah, and their egos.
Like, do you know what I mean? So
and people can't be bothered.
I want to create an easy experience. I don't want to, you know, if you can read between the lines, then
Cool.
But I want to create an easy experience for the shopper. If you buy this product, I want you to know exactly where you're going to put it when you buy it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to buy it and then take it home when it arrives and then you're like, do you know what, actually I might return it. I don't want anybody to return anything.
Yeah.
So I want, when someone goes on my website and they see this thing, they know exactly
what they want,
what they're going to use it for.
Yeah.
And that's the experience that I'm trying to create. So if it takes a year, if it takes 2, if it takes 10, no,
yes,
God forbid it takes 10, but if it takes however long it's going to take, then I'm willing to sacrifice that time to ensure that that's how it's going to come out.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it will. I can't wait for the job, inshallah. Like, you've done so well. You worked on it despite all the things that you was going through in your own personal life. You did it. And it's going to, when it comes out, it's going to be lit. Guys, you better watch out for it, honestly. So, obviously, we've spoken about you having a brand, you hitting your peak, you deciding to rebrand. But there's one thing rebranding a brand, and there's one thing rebranding yourself as well. You know, how do you feel about your life right now, where you are right now, like rebranding who you are as a person?
Without sounding vain, I'm really happy with where I am right now.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, there are some things that can be improved. I'm constantly working on myself, but I think I've been to therapy, so one thing that I've learned whilst in therapy is how to check yourself. Yeah, you gotta check yourself. Like, after every situation, I always analyze. Like, I'll go to bed and I'll think about the whole day, the conversations I've had, what I responded, or how I said something. Maybe if I said this in a different way, this person wouldn't have felt like this. Or, you know what, if I did that differently, or if I didn't tell that person to do this, this wouldn't have happened. Like, just reflecting. You have to reflect.
Having that accountability. Yeah,
taking accountability. I struggled with being accountable for my own actions, but also just being open with my emotions. If I'm sad, I'm going to be sad. I always suppressed my emotions. I would always just, because there was so many things, you know, like my life is busy, but I always make time to be emotional. Maybe I'm a bit too emotional now.
No, it's good though.
But it's also around being around the right people that enable you to be emotional. Like, I'm so sorry, like, you can be as tough as you want, but if I want to cry and you're asking me why I'm crying, like, I'm cutting you off.
Leave me alone.
I need you to acknowledge that I'm upset. And I'm not expecting you to deal with it, but I need you to let me have that moment. Because that's what I do for me.
Speak on it.
So
speak on it, honestly.
So yeah, that's it really. So I'm in a place where there's obviously improvements that need to be made, but I'm happy, like, because when I started therapy, I remember the first thing that I said to my therapist was, I miss the old Aminah. And even on our last session, she said, I think you've got her back. So it's like, looking back, because I wasn't really in control of my life, and now I am. Like, I can say no. I told you, it's so hard for me to say no.
I know. It's the little
when I
things.
say no, I'm just like, oh, I can't.
Anxious. Being a people pleaser.
It's so hard. So being able to say no, and it's like I literally have to give myself a pat on the back.
No, definitely, you have to, because you've come so far. So why not? If you don't do it, who's gonna do it? You know.
But just constantly building on yourself and checking yourself, and being surrounded. Please be surrounded by people that actually like you, and people you actually like.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my God. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because a lot of people are around people they don't like.
Yeah. You know, our society is kind of weird right now.
You're very weird.
No, it's true.
Like they'll be with them and it's like, oh, I can't stand that girl.
Another thing, I'm very easy to, like, if this person is not contributing too great in my life, I will have that conversation, and if it's not meant to be, then we'll just call it off. I'm not afraid to do that, because I think where I'm headed and the things that I've got going on, there's a lot. it's not private, but you want to share these amazing moments with people that actually want to be happy for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but if my happiness is not your happiness, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
I don't like
You've
that.
got to go.
Because I give a lot. So when I kind of, it's hard as well. Do you know what? Because of the way I am, like I always give, I'm always there for people. This is something I'm working on. I need to stop expecting me from other people.
Girl.
Yeah.
Like
if somebody does something, it might trigger me because I'm like, okay, if that was me, I would have done it like this.
Yes. This is the thing. Not everyone's you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay when they are not being toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it's toxic, it's got to go in the dustbin.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I love that for you. Like, it's like you've set clear boundaries. You know who you are.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Like, rebranding, you find yourself as well.
You do.
You know.
And it's scary because I think some people don't like accessing their inner self. It's scary. Like, for example, when I first got introduced to journaling, I was like, this is a bit deep. Like, writing my own thoughts
and everything.
Gosh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And I'd avoid it. And then my therapist would be like, did you journal today? And I'd be like, do you know what? I don't really want to access that side of my brain. Like, but it's just got to be done. Like, yes,
it does. As you grow older, you have to be okay with letting go of that idea of like you being the same person. Because I know, like you said, you wanted the old Aminah back.
Yeah.
But it's okay to also find a new Aminah.
That's it, right?
Do you know what I mean?
I remember having this conversation, and it's not necessarily that the old Aminah's here. It's just parts of her are here, but there's a better version of her. Because the old Aminah, we don't want her. We actually, now that I deep it, I don't want her back.
Yeah.
Why would I want to go back? Why?
This is the thing, because they say the past always looks good, and the future always looks like, I don't know, there's this quote, I can't remember what it is. If I find it, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but it's always like, we always glamorize the past, basically. We always think the past was better, you know, because we forget all the bad things that happened. It's like this thing in psychology called faded effect bias, where over time the bad things fade and you're left with good memories. So you always think, like that was the time, like I was at my peak, when it may have not even been that great. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. Because when you say that now, when I reflect, the older Aminah, she was confident. I'm still confident now, but the older Aminah was also arrogant.
I don't want to be cocky.
I'm confident, but not everybody needs to be seeing me being all outsy like that. It's okay.
We confuse the two sometimes.
So it's just things like that. Like, actually, when I look back, she was cringe. But
whatever. That was the Aminah back then, for the people back then.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta enjoy your different seasons of your life as well.
You have to,
because this is a new season where you're more in tune with your religion. You know,
100%.
You know, you're rebranding yourself. Alhamdulillah, you're finding yourself more. You're being unapologetically you. So, moral of the story, guys, do not be afraid to rebrand. Rebranding is good. Change is good. It's scary. It's scary.
But it's good. Every good thing is scary.
Oh, yeah.
And every good thing doesn't come easy.
Girl, that reminds me of the word risk.
Yes.
Everything comes with a risk. Even even loving someone. Comes at a risk.
In someone.
Because a lot of us girls, like, we get into relationships that bloody break us, like, do the most, and then it's like, it breaks us. You know what? Shaya in the background. Do you want to come into the shot, love? Relationships break us.
Girl.
And then we gotta pick up ourselves. And
you
then
have
we
to
start
drag
screaming.
yourself from the floor.
Drag from the trenches.
crawl out
trenches.
of it.
Now we have all this energy. Men are trash. Men are mad. Men are disgusting. I hate men. But
side note, guys, men are actually mad.
Men are mad. I'll never not say men are mad.
That was not an ad.
But like, you know what? It's okay to trust again.
Yeah,
it's okay
to
love
guys.
Again.
Love
it's
is
okay
beautiful
to give it a chance again.
It is.
Because, girl, we're not gonna get into all of your experiences, but you've been there. You experienced that.
I've been there.
You
Every girl has been there, and honestly, you just have to find yourself, and you have to just do that rebrand. And find your purpose. Because, you know, I think, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I must have read somewhere, it's like a psychological thing. Like when you're in love with someone, it's like addictive.
What's that definitely hormone? Is it dopamine?
I think so, but it makes you addicted to that person.
Yeah, like and
that's why breakups are like very hard to deal with.
It's withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, look at you,
girl. You know, I know my psychology.
But when you actually think of it, like I think you have to actually ask yourself, like, what did this person bring? And if somebody loves you, they wouldn't put you through all that pain.
Oh, period. Because a lot of us glamorize what we had. So, and we...
And stop trying to get that love that you see on social media. That stuff's not real, okay?
Rihanna. You know, so, like, literally, I'm proud of you because not only did you rebrand your brand, you rebranded yourself, you found yourself, you got into a beautiful relationship. You're doing so many amazing things. You know, I'm proud of you. Like, you gave things a chance again, and you didn't allow your experiences to drag you down.
Yeah.
You know,
it was just a lot of reality checks and just being surrounded by supportive people.
Yeah. Emphasis on supportive people, genuinely support. You will know when someone supports you.
Yeah.
It's not about them. It's about you. Because you know, a lot of people, like, it's tick for tack.
Yeah.
If she supports me, I support you.
Yeah.
But if you genuinely care about someone, you want to see them happy, right? Obviously, if you're around the right people, they'll always reciprocate. Reciprocate. So it's like, I think it's so important to have the right people that will support your rebrand.
Yeah.
That's like, even with me wearing the hijab, I had to make sure that, like, you know, obviously all my girls are hijabis anyway, to be honest, but it makes life easier when you have people that support that journey. You know,
it doesn't feel too hard. It's like, you know, I got this. If I thought this person's gonna pull me back.
Exactly. And a lot of people feel nervous to rebrand because they're like, oh, what if people think I'm like
it's
this?
It's a lot of what people think. Once you let that little voice, if you just mute that little voice in your head, like, you will go so far. Like, if you want to start a business, it doesn't matter. What's that quote? And it's like, what was it? Something about bread and like how many, if somebody wanted to be a baker, like, do you see how many different brands of bread are in the bread aisle? That I always remember that quote.
It's true.
Because some people are like, oh, I want to be a lash artist, but there's so many, like, oh, I want to do this, but no, you do it. Your brand is unique to you, and your customer will see that
100%. And like,
and you also got Facebook ads for it.
Exactly. And now we got Insta as well, and all that stuff, you know. But like, you will appeal to someone. Do you know what I mean? And like, you should just be comfortable in yourself. Like, whatever you want to do, go for it. If you want to change your wardrobe, change it. If you want to start doing something completely out of the norm for you, do it. You know what I mean? Like,
nobody cares. I think a lot of people think.
People at the back.
Nobody cares. A lot of people think, and I fall into this trap too. Sometimes you think, oh my God, all eyes are on me. But you know what? Someone's probably going to see that and just tap through the next Instagram story or the next. Nobody, they might hold it, look at it for a second. That's nice, cute. And just move on. They're not even going to think about it in the next 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Because, like, just whatever you want to do, just literally pretend it's just you on stage and nobody else is there.
Oh, I love that. I love that. The stage is yours.
Stage is yours.
Yes, definitely. Well, Aminah, I am so happy that you came on the pod today. A lot of people will take gems from your story, like, you know, so many different parts that people will resonate with. And
I hope so.
Yes, I'm so excited for your launch, and I'm so excited for all the things that are coming.
Thank you.
In your life. So, you know, we always end the pod with like one word to describe your ToughCess.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. So let the people them know.
One word to describe my ToughCess. I would say beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Because there's beauty in every ToughCess.
Oh girl, you're making me this is a love story. I love it.
I don't know, maybe this has to be with like the new me, but every time I look back at a situation that's almost broken me, I look at the good things that came out of it.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
And it's always something nice. And like, if I didn't experience that thing, I wouldn't have this particular like aspect of me or this personality trait or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a beautiful journey, and honestly, I would probably do it again.
Love that. It's like the quote that says, just like the caterpillar had to die in order for the
a butterfly.
Yes. That's what your story screams out to me, basically.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, I didn't have my butterfly necklace, but I thought I did.
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna be like, flutter away.
Don't kill me. But no, that's beautiful. That's Aminah's ToughCess, guys. Beautiful.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere. I mean, I have the same handle. It's Aminah, AMINAH_K. Aminah K.
Yes, she is amazing.
And the
guys.
K stands for Kigwele.
Yes, we love it. We love it. And you know what? If you need any tips, she's the sweetest girl ever. Like, just message her. She's not gonna bite you.
Yeah, guys, I am approachable. But,
she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I really, really enjoyed this.
Oh, I'm glad you did. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it for today's episode, guys. If you want to keep up with all the stories, make sure you follow me on all platforms and watch out for the next episode. Bye.